Welcome to Content Strategy with the Crimson Sage. I'm your host, none other than the Crimson Sage himself, and today we'll be looking at content strategy. This video shows the advanced content strategy maturity level, which builds on the basic and developing strategies that we looked at in previous videos. By the end of this video, you should understand what an organization can do at the advanced level and determine whether your organization is operating at that level. This is a part of a series of videos designed to help you improve how your organization plans and manages its content. If you like what you see, please like this video and subscribe so you'll be notified when I release future videos. So before we jump into the good stuff, let's make sure we're on the same page in terms of what content strategy is. Basically, if you have a plan or process about how you create and manage your content, then you've got a content strategy. Content strategy, it's just a defined means for planning, creating, reusing content, adding labels and tags, publishing, and then storing your content. So in our last video, we explored the developing content strategy in which we plan and create content in a team-based environment, store it in a central content management system, and distribute that content to our readers from that central source. Content is now more consistent, easier to maintain, and our users can now access the right content when they need it. The advanced content strategy builds on this by using many of the same methods and principles we found in the developing strategy. It all starts with content planning, which sees Mary as our content manager and Amir, Sophie, and Derek as our content creators. This has not changed from the developing strategy. Mary creates the content plan, which outlines all of the content that her team needs to create. She then assigns the content creation to Amir, Sophie, and Derek. This central planning allows our team to create quality content that looks like it comes from a single creator. Instead of creating documents as we would in basic and developing strategies, the content creators instead create standalone content components. For written content, this takes the form of topics, while other pieces of content are created as unique files. These content components are then stored in a component content management system. The big change we are seeing is that content creators are no longer looking at complete documents. Each component they create must stand by itself. Someone using that content should be able to look at it and say, "Aha, I understand what this means," without needing to read or see any lead-in or introductory content. This introduces a significant challenge for content creators because they now need to think about their content in an entirely new manner. They need to be aware of the other pieces of content, but must still create their components with an understanding that the user may look only at their one topic without any reference from other sources. Each component is truly standalone content. It has an information type which describes the nature and structure of the content and enforces the way the content is created. The content is created using a topic template that guides the creators through the creation of the content, including naming conventions for all parts of the content. Metadata, including versions and dates, is included at the component level instead of only at the document level. The goal here is to make each content component easy to create by itself and structured enough to fit into a standardized set of content. One other major change we introduced in the advanced content strategy is the removal of layout and formatting during content creation. Content creators should not bother themselves with how content appears in finished documents. This allows creators to focus on the content itself without wasting time on spacing, font, colors, or any number of other factors that, although important, can be separated from the content creation process. Publishing significantly changes in the advanced content strategy as we have now separated content creation and publishing. We now introduce a new role called the publisher. Tim, who assumes the role of our publisher for our organization, is responsible for building documents from the set of content components. Tim makes this work by creating a container, often called a map, that references the individual content components. Once Tim has added all of the references to the container, he runs the container through a transformation tool. This tool contains instructions for creating any number of published outputs, complete with layout and design, boilerplate content, and formatting. We avoided adding all of the layout and formatting during content creation because the transformation engine automatically does this work for us. Additionally, we can transform the content from a single source into multiple channels at one time. The goal here is to create multiple sets of published documents from a single set of content. So now we get to see another key benefit of using an advanced content strategy. Let's jump a year ahead and we see that the content team has updated their content. But instead of revising documents, the team updates only specific content components. The new version of the content is recorded in the component level metadata. The next time Tim publishes a document containing references to those updated components, his new version of the container automatically picks up the new versions of each component. Tim then runs the updated container through the transformation engine. This updates every published document that uses that updated content component. The net effect here is that we only need to change the content in one spot to automatically update the content everywhere it is used. Reuse is probably the most interesting part of the advanced content strategy. In the basic and developing strategies, reuse was limited to copy and paste, which resulted in contradictions in content across different deliverables where content was reused. In an advanced strategy, we can now reuse content at the component level. Let's say Tim puts together a policy and a guide that share pieces of information. These pieces are topic D and topic F. The content in both topics is the same, but its appearance can be completely different between the policy and the guide. Remember, we apply formatting and layout and design at the container level instead of when we create the content. The next time the team updates content for the policy and guide, they update only one component. This is topic D, and it becomes version 1.1. Tim then republishes the policy and guide, which both then become version 1.1. Both the policy and guide reference the updated topic D 1.1, so that is the content that gets published. The two main wins here are that the content team only needed to update content in one place, and that change is carried through to every place the content is published. Next is one of the fancier parts of reuse. The organization has a taxonomy component in their CCMS that contains a list of all product names. Instead of manually entering product names and content, Amir adds a reference in topic A to product C in the taxonomy. Product C is a unique identifier for that product, while the current name for product C is SuperWidget. Published content will show the name SuperWidget everywhere that Amir added that product C reference. If product C is renamed to something like UltraWidget, then the published content automatically shows the new name the next time the content is published. Alright, now that we've looked at what an advanced content strategy can do, let's take a look at why most organizations don't manage their content this way. To put it simply, an advanced content strategy is hard to do. Unlike a basic strategy, in which you just need someone who can create and send content, an advanced strategy requires a team of specialists to set up and configure the solution, and a team of highly trained content specialists to use and manage that solution. Besides the special skills, an advanced content strategy requires special tools. These tools include content creation and delivery tools, and a special content management system that can manage content at the component level. Although these technologies have been around for more than 20 years, they are still a challenge to set up and use. So that is the advanced content strategy. We've seen that Mary plans the content as the content manager, while Amir, Sophie, and Derek create all of the content as unique components. The team hosts the content on a component content management system. Once on the component content management system, Tim builds the content containers that reference the different pieces of content. Tim then publishes the content through a transformation tool to any number of places. These can include web pages, data components, or PDF for printing. And there you have it, folks. That is the advanced content strategy maturity level. The rewards for implementing this solution are significant, but so are the challenges for reaching this level. Of course, this is what I, as the Crimson Sage, love to do. So if you need help getting out of the content basics and want to achieve great things with your content, then reach out and I'll be happy to help. Thanks for your time. I am the Crimson Sage and I hope to hear from you soon. Please let me know if you like what you've seen and subscribe to get notified when I post new videos. That's all for now.